I often enjoy your ironic bigotry, and it's part of why you're popular, but it's a bit annoying when you pretend to not understand why liberals who champion civility politics seem mad at you. To be clear, I think that it is morally repugnant to prioritize civility over good politics when it comes to engagement with people, because it's the easiest win in the world for, like, this is what every reactionary did during the civil rights movement. All of the people who thought that blacks should go back to being slaves were wearing suits, sitting with their legs folded, talking politely to each other, and all the black people on the street were just being so mean. I reject that. I think it's morally wrong to be like that. Natalie Minks, thank you for the $10. True, do not sleep with conservative men or conservative women. Guys, I have gotten... Okay, normally when I do the thing where I'm like, oh, I'm seeing so many beautiful people, blah, blah, normally I'm doing a bit. I actually really don't leave the house that much, and I've only gotten more agoraphobic with time. So when I say, like, yesterday I saw 20 beautiful women, like, it's overwhelmingly a bit. However, this following part is unironic. Folks, I have been tempted with the tightest and sweetest conservative pussy you could imagine, from people you would not believe, okay? And from you could do anything with these women, or they would have let me, all right? And you know what I said? I said no. No, I mean it. I said no. I lay off it. I will not denigrate myself, all right? My body is a temple, all right? I am of soil. I will not allow evil seed to take root, or the opposite, I guess. Don't sleep with conservative women. I can't even tell you who it was, plural. I can't even say, you know, I'd say it, you'd go like, oh, there's no way. There's no way, really? And I'd be like, yeah, no, really. And under the clothes, better than you think, too. You'd think it's great. I'd say it's perfect. All right, moving on. Sorry. Right around the time that I started losing weight, and it occurred to me that I might end up, like, leaning towards conventional attractiveness after I did, and I saw people do the Pepe face response to Hassan whenever he would, like, casually do Chadsplaining stuff. I vowed that day, no matter what happens, I will always be obnoxious and inflammatory enough when I brag that it's okay to hate me for it. That was my thing. I don't want there to be this middle ground where it's like, he's being kind of conceited, but not that much. That's why I always play it up. Because I always feel, if people are gonna do that, if I'm gonna get Pepe mods, I'll give you a reason to. I don't want to do like, oh, she was... No. I want to be a cunt about it. This is the thing. I just hope the people who are watching are socially aware enough and have enough faith in my social awareness to know that it is, in fact, a bit. That's the hope. That's me putting faith in you guys, frankly. You and your chat are gay autists, Vaush. That is true. Wait, what if the sex is disappointing but for them but fine for us? An interesting question, but consider this. A conservative woman definitionally has never had an orgasm. So how would they know? There's a difference between being subby and having no standards. That's true. And the way you can tell the difference is that submissives who have no standards are the ones with the self-esteem issues, and people who have high standards and are still subby are just people who sexually enjoy being submissive, which, and you're still degenerate, but fine. I don't think self-esteem issues are attractive at all, not even remotely. And I can tell, been with plenty of submissive people, and I can tell the difference between people who are submissive because they genuinely are just sexually submissive, and the people who are submissive because they're looking for an affirmation of their womanhood or their sexual validity or whatever. There's a difference between those two, and it's a big difference, and I don't like the latter. And a lot of other people don't too, okay? Self-esteem issues should always be fixed. If you can, you should always work on them. Never think of them as like a desirable component of your identity. Ideology, sex, partner, tier list win. I don't feel like conservatives can be that good at sex, because being weird about their body, sexuality, and what have you is kind of a part of their ideology. In terms of, like, finding people who are good at fucking, generally speaking, I think the more left-leaning they are, the better they are, and I think that's substantiated with data, too. So go find, like, a genderqueer trans anarchist to fuck, and they'll probably do, like, everything. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a person-by-person thing. I'm sure there are cons who are good at sex, too. It's just, like, on average, you know? Yeah, I do think that one of the reasons that VDS is so potent is because people hate to see me so confidently right. A lot of other people would, I guess, fold under the pressure, and I don't, and I think the bit gets funnier to me and less funny to them every time, you know? It's literally the, he can't keep getting away with this thing, except the thing I'm getting away with is being right, and, and it keeps happening. I'm being so egotistical lately. I'm sorry. It's when big drama upsurges happen in situations where I'm objectively in the right. It does the ego thing. I'll get over it soon. Okay. I'll go to a bar on Cap Hill and see an attractive person and say hey, and they won't respond, and I'll go right back down to normal, and we'll be okay again. It'll be fine. Do you cross the line between confident and arrogant in your opinion? I play up being arrogant a lot because I think it's kind of fun, and people treat me like I'm some gigantic raging narcissist, and it's as long as they're going to treat me that way, I think it's a fun thing to kind of jokingly play into at times. But I think for the most part, it's mostly a confidence thing. Guys, the truth is, this is what they don't want you to know. Okay, by they I mean the deep state. There is no meaningful difference between confidence and arrogance. Confidence, if unsubstantiated but proven correct through circumstance, will be treated as confidence. Arrogance, if correct through circumstance, will be treated as confidence. It's really just the vibe you give off. If you seem like you deserve it, they'll call it confidence, and if you seem like they don't, they'll call it arrogance. A person can be confident for reasons that are substantiated by empirical data and then be called arrogant by people who disagree. It just doesn't matter that much. I think that what matters most isn't threading the line with confidence and arrogance, because I don't know if there is a line. I think the thing that you should focus on is, try to proportion your beliefs sensibly in accordance with the evidence, and don't be overly brash or irritable to those around you, unless you're playing it up for a bit, thank you. And as long as you can do that, I think you're mostly going to be fine, you know? Usually when I meet people in real life who I think are arrogant, or when I think they're like leading it on, it's really obvious. Like, it's not just them being a bit over the top. It's usually people who are almost delusionally overinvested in their own worth. And when I meet people like that, I don't think, oh, they're arrogant. I think, oh, this is like a narcissism thing, or like this is megalomaniacal behavior. You know, there's like a thing going on here. In a way, arrogance almost neutralizes the severity of that behavior when I see it. Though it's possible that I would draw that line differently than other people. Yeah, I don't really know. Also, you should always be able to take a joke at your own expense. I would hope. That's pretty important. Sponsored boy. Sponsored boy. Recycle me. Ooh. Ooh. He's trying to turn around. His little tail. Little butt. Wah! Ooh. Look at how happy he is. That's Conyer. He's so good. Hi. Yeah, you can see him purring. Hello. Uh-huh. Here, return to sender.